Hi guys, we are back again with our second tutorial on network part 2 from Bash tutorials. Uh, for basic Linux networking part which we have covered, you need to watch Bash tutorial networking part 1, which will be covering IP addresses, basic IP protocol, and what are the history of IP networking. Right guys, so let's start. The second tutorial which we will be starting will be covering IP address resolution protocols, and will be covering networking part, how to configure network. Will be covering ICMP protocol, and will be covering the files which are used in networking in Linux. So what is address resolution? This is really an important question as well if we go to interviews and other. Address resolution is a mechanism to map IP addresses onto the addresses of underlying network. ARP is not confined to Ethernet or token ring, but it is used on other type of networks such as amateur radio as well. So what if my Ethernet interface having address, I need to map that address to an IP. So that protocol which is used to map those addresses, address resolution protocol, right? So what about vice versa? If I want to check what IP my network interface has, for that we need to use RARP, that is reverse address resolution protocol, right guys? So now we are moving to IP network. So IP network will be what is IP network? When you write a letter to someone, you usually put a complete address on the envelope, right? In the same way, if you want your letter should be going to reach a right destination, you need to put a right IP where it should be reaching. So what are then subnetworks? Subnetworks are, you want this is a structure which is reflected by splitting IP addresses into a host and network part. By default, the destination network is derived from network part of IP addresses, right? It makes sense to offer a simple scheme inside the network. It may consist of collection of hundred of small networks, with the smallest unit being physical network like Ethernet. So there is a term called subnet that take responsibility for delivering datagram to certain range of IP addresses, right? It is an extension of concept of splitting bit fields in A, B and C classes, right? The campus network is an example of such network. The network, if I want that I should be using 149.76 rails efficiently, so there should be a subnet under which my host should be assigned an IP, so that I can administrate my network more easily. So that that thing is known as subnetting in network, right? So what are gateways? Subnetting is not only a benefit to an organization, it is frequently a natural consequence of hardware boundaries. The viewpoint of host on a given physical network such as Ethernet is very limited, right? A gateway is a host that is connected to or more physical networks simultaneously and is configured to switch packets between them. If I have IP ranges that is 12.0 and IP ranges that is 4.0, so I need a gateway, right? That gateway is used to communicate between the two different IP ranges. So you guys are understanding these basic concepts. So there I know these concepts belong to networking first, but these are really helpful for a Linux admin if you start before you start configuring network in a Linux, right? So one last protocol which we will be discussing before we moving to configuration part is Internet Control Message Protocol. So that is ICMP. So what is ICMP protocol? IP has a companion protocol that we haven't talked about yet. ICMP. It is used by kernel networking code to communicate error messages to other hosts. Let's take an example. Like you want to communicate your destination and you are not able to telnet it, but there is no process to listening to that port. So when the first TCP packet for this port arrives on your source, the networking layer will recognize this arrival immediately and return an ICMP message to your source stating that port is unreachable. So ICMP protocol provides several different messages, many of which deal with error condition. So this is really an important protocol which can be used to troubleshoot many issues. Mainly if I talk about ping command, so it is using ICMP protocol. So now I need to talk about resolving host names. So what is resolving host name means? It becomes the application duty of IP to respond the corresponding name. You can't remember IP of every address. You can't remember IP of every organization. So but you remember the name of organization. So if I map IP with the name, there should be some protocol which resolute that IP to name. So that protocol is resolution protocol is DNS, that is domain name server, right? So there are many systems early on which use this resolution and which used to do this resolution, that is NetBIOS and that is network information system. But now DNS is ruling, mainly DNS is doing this resolution in DNS protocol, right? Now we need to discuss the files which have been used in network configuration in Linux. First we need to understand where we need to define the host name of our corresponding machine. There is a file which is known as etc host. So some people suggesting using a domain name command to set the kernel ID of domain name, but that is a temporary method. After rebooting that might go off. So if you want a persistent domain name, you need to put it in etc/host. Now if you first booting your system and you are running a command ifconfig, then you will always be having a one IP, that is a loopback interface, which is always 127.0.0.1. Now we need to talk about what are the files under which we can do our network configuration. So the basic Linux which include Red Hat and your the Debian Linux, the network interface file is always under etc sysconfig network scripts and the respective if-cfg loopback interface under which you need to define your network settings. What are the things you need to define under your network settings? Your IP, your subnet, your gateway, so your hardware address. If you want to make your network persistent on boot, then on boot you need to say yes. If it is a DHCP static or none, you need to define the boot protocol. So these are the things you need to enter in your network configuration file. Now we need to talk about what is the service name in your network configuration in Linux. If I talk about Red Hat, the service name will be etc.init.d.network network service, and in your SUSE base it will be networking, service name will be networking. So in this way you can configure the network. You can also use the inbuilt utilities in various SUSE flavors, that is SUSE Red Hat. The inbuilt utility includes setup in Red Hat version and YAST in SUSE. Through those input utilities you can also configure your network settings. So what are the commands to troubleshoot your network issues? The firstmost command is your ping command, then your netstat command. Netstat-options will be the main tool if you want to see the specific port is open or not. Netstat-plunt will provide you all the information that NetApp is having. Traceroute is another command which can be used. Root-n is also the command which can be used if to see if your gateway is listening to your network services or not. Now we need to talk about few peculiar things of network. First is bonding. If I want a combine through output of two interfaces, then I can also use bonding configuration. In this way you need to assign a bond IP and you need to enable a module which is bonding module, then you should be having two or more interfaces to bond. Then you need to define master and slave in your respective interface file. You need to create a if bond file as well. Then you need to start the networking service. In this way you can configure bonding. So bonding is to increase the through output of your Ethernet of your network card. Now I need to discuss the route. You can also add route to your network. To add a route in your network, you need to create interface hyphen which in which interface you need to add the route. Then you need to provide the route range, gateway and subnet into the respective file. Then you can check route hyphen n command that my route is added or not. You can dynamically also add the route by using route add command, but that will not be a persistent route. That on reboot that route will be vanished. The other peculiar thing you can also do is if you want an IP temporary resolving a name, then you need to put that IP and name respectively in your cat underscore etc underscore cat /etc /resolve.conf file. So your network is really a bigger concept. There are many things you can learn in network. You can also scrutinize and make your network more secure by going into IP tables or SE Linux mode. These things we will be discussing in our advanced modules. So in this way we are almost done with our network part. So we are having three batch tutorial on networking: networking 1, networking 2 and networking 3. Last but not the least, please subscribe this video so that we can continue our good work.